Guitar School community. My name is Emily, and today we are going to be talking about how to tune up your guitar. So why do we need to tune up our guitar? We know that there are 6 strings that slowly decline in width. They get smaller and smaller, thinner and thinner as we go down to that first string. We need each of these 6 strings on our guitar to be tuned to a very specific pitch or note, so that when we do actually use our fretting hand to create shapes in order to create chords, the specific notes that make up that chord are going to sound harmonious together. They're going to sound the way we want them to. When I first started playing guitar, I was not the best at continuously tuning up my guitar, so sometimes I would go to play a chord and it wasn't in tune, and I would get frustrated and discouraged because I thought I was doing something wrong. So when you go to tune your guitar, you're going to go ahead and hold your guitar just like this, whether you're left-handed or right-handed. The most important part to remember is you want the 6th string or the thickest string to be closest to you at the very top. Another important thing to know about these 6 strings is that they each have a specific pitch that we want to tune them to. So in music, there is a set number of pitches. We have the natural notes, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and then we've got the accidentals. Those are the sharps and the flats. Lucky for us, we only have to work with natural notes right now when we're tuning. The names of these strings are, starting with this thickest string at the top, E, A, D, G, B, E. So a lot of people use a specific trick to memorize the names of these strings, and that is to just put a sentence to these letters. Some of the most common are Eddie ate dynamite, goodbye Eddie. Elephants and deer grow big ears. Or maybe you want to come up with your own. Now you may have noticed that there are 2 E strings. So you'll be able to hear the difference. There's a low E on that 6th string, and then there's going to be a high E on the 1st string. So you have the same name, but they're technically separated by 2 octaves. So how are we actually going to tune up this guitar? If you take a look, you'll see that these strings connect all the way down here at the bridge, and they run all the way up this fretboard, and they connect, each of these strings connect to a specific tuner. So these little silver knobs at the top and down here, those are our tuners. What these tuners do is they essentially create more tension or less tension on these strings, which wind around these little pegs here. So you'll notice if I play my 6th string and I turn this knob towards me, it gets lower. If I turn it away from me, it gets higher. So that's essentially what these tuners are doing, is they're adding more tension or less tension on this string so that the pitch of the string gets higher or lower. Now, what makes this extra fun is on strings G, B, and E, these higher 3 strings, that concept of turning away from us and towards us actually reverses. They're just trying to keep us on our toes, right? So for example, let's say the B string is a little too low and I want to make it go higher. What I'm going to do is I'm going to turn it towards me. If I want it to go lower, I'll turn it the opposite direction. So that's just an important mechanical concept to keep in mind. There are a lot of ways to tune up your guitar. You can get a clip-on tuner, and lucky for us, there are tons of apps out there for free that you can use to tune up your guitar, and they're actually really fun and easy to use. So today I'm going to be helping you tune up your guitar with the app Guitar Tuna. Not tuner, tuna, like the fish. It's free in the App Store, it's super fun to use, kids love it, I use it every day. So let's transition over to Guitar Tuna, and I'll walk you through how to tune up your guitar. So once you're in the App Store, go ahead and type in Guitar Tuna, and we'll scroll down to this app right here, and we'll go ahead and open that up. So here we can see a visual of the top of our guitar with our tuners and our strings all laid out for us, and you can see the names of those strings. E, A, D over there on the left-hand side, so strings 6, 5, and 4, and then we have G, B, and E, strings 3, 2, and 1. Now most apps, when you pluck the actual string, if it's too low, the line, or there will be a color that will highlight over there on the left-hand side, saying it's too low, where that flat symbol is. Now, if your string is tuned too high, you'll see it go up to the right-hand side, saying that the sound is too sharp. One last thing to pay attention to with Guitar Tuna is that auto button up in the right-hand corner. If you have it on auto, the app should be able to just pick up what string you're actually strumming without you having to tell the app what string you're on. Now, if you take that auto button off, you will have to manually go in and click which note, which string you're actually on so that the app can pick up the correct sound. And this is most helpful if your guitar's really out of tune, because the app might get confused and tell you to tune it incorrectly. So I am going to pluck that low E string, the 6th string, and the app will tell me if it's too high, too low, or right in the middle, meaning it's in tune. So it is telling me it is too high. If it's on that right side, that means it's sharp. So it's too high. So what I want to do is turn that tuner towards me and make it go slightly lower until it's right in the middle. And there will be a nice little clicking noise for you when you're using it on your own to tell you, you got it, you're right there, you're in tune. So we're going to move on to that A string. Pluck that A string, all right, too high, same exact thing, just turn it a little bit lower. Keep on going with the D string. All right, so how about the G? It's telling us that it is too low. So now, what I want to do is I want to make it go higher, right? So it's telling me that it is flat. So we're just gonna turn that tuner towards us and make it go higher. Now we'll move on to our B string, too high, and turn till it's right in the middle. And finally, the high E. Oh, it's already in tune. All right, there we go. And I'm all tuned up. So there you have it. You're all tuned up. So now when you go to make specific chords, they will actually sound really nice and in tune, and you'll feel really confident to move forward in your guitar journey. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. We hope to see you around the New York City Guitar School community online.